We're having to remove a beloved hackberry from the studio garden, and it's quite a big job, but luckily we've joined forces with the Oklahoma Arborists Association. And joining me now is Charlie English, a member of the association and owner of English Tree Service.
That's right.
Charlie, thanks again for coming out and helping us today. It's been a really hard decision for us to remove this tree, and I think a lot of homeowners go through that. They see a tree in decline, but they don't want to part with it. But I think, of course, sometimes you really need to remove that tree. What are some situations where a tree maybe becomes hazardous, or we need to make that decision to go ahead and remove it?
I think a lot of times homeowners tend to want to put those things off because it is a pretty tree. Sometimes there's an emotional attachment or perhaps monetary values placed on the tree. So there is the situation though where if it becomes too dangerous, and usually that decay process is happening below the ground, just like a fence post. It breaks at the ground and the rest of the post seems to be sound. It's the same thing with the tree. That attachment to the earth becomes decayed and the tree can collapse, which then you can no longer put a climber in the tree. So homeowners need to be aware of those things, and when they see a tree that is starting to decline, it's best to take action sooner than later because it's going to be more expensive and less dangerous to take care of it sooner.
Okay, and sometimes for those who aren't really trained to assess the health of the tree, what can we do to periodically check up on our trees and make sure they're in good condition?
I'd encourage the homeowners to contact a certified arborist, and the way to do that is through the internet. Contact the International Society of Arboriculture, or ISA, and Google that, and they can look up their city or town zip code and find a local professional that's qualified to do it. A lot of misrepresentation goes on in the phone books and some of those different types of advertising. And the average homeowner would never know it. But there's a lot of misrepresentation and a lot of people that aren't qualified to do that sort of assessment.
Okay, and how often should you inspect the health of the trees?
A certified arborist really should be on your property. You should have them out at the very least every other year, and preferably every year, if nothing else, to do a walkthrough to assess the condition of your trees. And that'll prove to be a good thing to do too. Should there be an unfortunate event where there's a limb failure or collapse of a tree, that you've had a professional on your property inspecting your trees and you have documentation of that, I think would probably be a good thing to have.
Okay. Now, our tree, the hackberry, was very large, and we knew we couldn't do this job by ourselves, but sometimes it's a smaller tree that needs to be taken out. When is it appropriate to do the job yourself versus needing to get some professional assistance?
You know, as a certified arborist and also a certified tree safety professional, I think it's important that anytime a homeowner gets off the ground, that they are either tied in or lanyarded into the tree. And really, that works best left to professionals.
Okay. Yeah, just for safety's sake, a lot of accidents happen, especially when the chainsaw's involved.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Well, thank you very much for sharing some information with all of us.
Well, thanks for inviting us to be a part of this. We appreciate everything that OSU does for us and the county extension folks, and so we're just privileged to be able to help. Thank you.